Why does a body count really matter? Like,
What the hell?
Well, it depends. Well, so
That's
let's
like
break that down.
I'm saying
Because
it doesn't
that's like
matter
asking
because
why the miles on the car
no,
matter.
no, no.
This is all just rooted in the idea that men should have access to a woman's body with little to no effort.
She's not yours, it's just your turn, bro. This is why I tell y'all not to get attached to women, dude. Because the problem is that when men get attached to women, it manifests itself in a very negative manner where a lot of the times the only outcome that's going to come from it is violence.
In short, this is a silly mindset because it is a weak frame. It is spiritually vapid. You are accepting defeat before you've even gotten in the game. Winners find a way to win and losers make excuses. But the beautiful thing is you get to decide which one you are.
So we've all heard this, right?
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Let me ask you this.
And
Do you believe her?
Well, I certainly don't. Here's why.
So men, it doesn't matter what you tell a man, right? When it comes to body count, they aren't going to believe the women anyway. That's why the body count discussion is so fucking stupid. It makes zero sense. Men keep acting like body count matters, but then proving repeatedly that it's not about the woman's character or anything like that. Because no matter what, you're going to assume that she's a whore. So it seems like body count discussions are literally just to shame women and to devalue them so that you can gain access to them, right? Like, oh, what's another body? That's what men say all the time. Oh, you let somebody else fuck. Why not let me fuck, right? Like, men are so obsessed with body count. You would think that they actually cared about it. You would think they would actually care about it. Like, men are running around here saying this stupid shit.
Why does a body count really matter? Like,
What the hell?
well, it depends. Well, so
No, but
let's
here's
break
the
that
thing.
down.
I'm saying
Because
it doesn't
That's like
matter
asking
because
why the miles on the car matter.
no. I'm saying though because it
true.
doesn't matter because someone could lie. So what's the
Yeah.
point of asking? They could make up a random
Yeah.
number. It's
Well,
not like they have proof to back it
do you
up.
mind
You know
if I
what I
intervene?
mean?
Because
So that's
we
why
both-
it doesn't matter.
we both know if you're buying a new whip or buying a new Cornet, some shit like that,
What?
the more miles, the lower the price.
Come on, Sky. If
The
I'm
lower the
I know. I
price.
get TikTok
if I'm
comments saying
taking
I'm
you
like a.
dinner in the sky and
lower
all
the
the shit,
price.
I want to know how many miles is on that thing.
Because he's also wondering, like, yo, do I wife this chick, or is it just like a quick, like,
I
wait
feel
and
like
turn
it
into
says a
baby
lot.
mama, or just a, which route are you going, baby mama, or just a few days?
Sky?
Time? Yeah.
No, Sky. Look, I think me and Sky would go far.
Yeah?
Does that mean
Farther than
go
like,
far?
yeah, farther than baby mama, farther than like
So actual relationship.
I think so. I can see it.
You're so full.
I
of
don't
shit.
even like white
You
girls,
know?
to be honest, but
Have you ever been with a white girl?
Who takes Blueface here? Like, Blueface isn't interested in being with anybody long term. It doesn't appear to me. And this is him shooting the shot. But the funniest thing about this is that, hey, Blueface is a whore himself, but he cares about how many men a woman slept with, right? In reality, though, the reason why men care about body count is this. They want, if you tell a man that you slept with 50 dudes, he's going to say, well, why can't I be number 51? Right? That's the thing. If a woman tells a man, honestly, I've slept with 50 men, he's going to say, why do I even need to take you out on a date then? I should just be able to fuck you on a first date. I should be able to fuck you right here. He is going to justify him, mistreating her by saying, oh, well, some 50 other dudes mistreated her, which is a crazy assumption that she just, you know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes didn't have to do anything to like sleep with her. Like, she didn't go on dates with these men or whatever the case may be, whatever, right? But like, he's going, well, it can't be that all these dudes spent time with her and didn't treat her like a fucking like a slut and disrespect her. It couldn't have been that 50 men just talked to her and she liked them and they slept together. No. She has to be just easy. She has to be where the type of person where you can just be like, suck my dick, girl, and then she just get down on all her fucking knees and start going to town. Like, it's crazy that because men are not men. You guys are stupid. Men are just dumb. They actually. It's so weird that they believe the lie in one breath, right? They in one breath they believe the lie like that. women who are promiscuous all act a certain way, while simultaneously acknowledging that they don't know what promiscuous women look like. They don't know. You have no idea what promiscuous women look like because you don't believe women when they tell you that they haven't slept with a lot of men. So the women that actually aren't promiscuous, you assume they're promiscuous. You assume they're promiscuous. And then when you piece all of this stuff together, like I said, this is all just rooted in the idea that men should have access to a woman's body with little to no effort. That's what all this body count shit is, that's where it's all coming from, right? And then when you listen to men talk about it, it evolves, and this is like essentially the same thing. It's all in the same vein. It's all in the same vein, and it leads us to these dangerous places.
Remember, she was never yours. It's only your turn.
It wasn't yours, gang. It was just your turn, bro.
She was never yours. It was just your turn.
You can kiss her, you can hug her, you can tell her that you love her. But your bitch ain't your bitch, bro. That is not your girl, bro.
Bro, it was just your fucking turn, gang.
It's never yours. It's just your turn.
Well, she was my girl? No, she wasn't, bro. If she was your girl, she would still be here, gang. She would still be here. Guess what? She on to the next nigga talking to another nigga. It's another nigga turn, gang.
This is how the game goes. This is how the world goes. This is what being a man is. Understanding that it's never yours, it's just your turn.
That was just a memory, gang. Y'all had some for a little minute, bro, and that was it, gang. But it was just your fucking turn, so ain't no point of tripping about it or being mad about it or all of your feelings about it, bro. You'll find another girl, bro. You'll find some more fine shit. You'll find another girl with a good personality. You'll find another one, gang.
She was never yours. It was just your turn.
These dudes are so weird. Men are so weird who think like this. First of all, you're right. She was never yours because she's a person. She's always been hers. She's always been hers. But they're insinuating that she was never loyal. No matter, again, it doesn't matter what women do. It doesn't matter that you've never been cheated on. It doesn't matter that your woman has never lied to you or you never caught a woman in a lie. None of that matters. This is all a manipulation tactic because if she was yours, she would still be right here. Remember that.
She's not yours, it's just your turn, bro. This is why I tell y'all not to get attached to women, dude, because the problem is that when men get attached to women, it manifests itself in a very negative manner where a lot of the times the only outcome that's going to come from it is violence. Yo, you have to have red pill awareness, chat. If you don't have red pill awareness, you're going to get cooked. That's just the reality of the new dating landscape. It's a very unfortunate reality because, they'll get back up on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or one of these other social media platforms. And then next thing you know, boom, cooked. She's cheating on you and you're on the phone crying with another dude talking about, hey, B, what the fuck, man? Please leave my girl. A man will sacrifice his happiness for his family, but a woman will sacrifice her family for her happiness, man.
All these dudes are grifters and they just have these one-liners, these word tracks that just push this messaging along, right? So let me get this straight. So you care about a woman's body count. Cool. You ask a woman how many people she slept with. She says 3. You say no. Add 7 to it because that's what men say. Oh, whatever she tells you, add 7 to it. Okay. So she slept with 10 just because no matter what, at the end of the day, the findings of this is going to be she's a whore. Doesn't matter. She tells you none, you're going to add 7. You're going to add 50 maybe. So virgins don't exist. Women with low body counts don't even exist in the minds of men, no matter what. Then you get to this other weird ass place where she was never yours, right? Again, insinuating that all women are whores and they just sleep around and that's all they do. And they're never loyal. So you should never take them seriously. You should never treat them with respect, anything like that, right? That's really all it is. It's just all of this rhetoric, all of these belief systems, all of these ideologies basically boil down to why shouldn't men respect women? It's just a justification for men abusing women. This is why, because everybody, you're a whore, you're playing me. I know I'm a whore, but I'm gonna play you right back. The whole time the woman really is a virgin. The whole time the woman actually is loyal. The whole time the woman has never done anything wrong to you. But it's totally justified because why? She was never yours. It was only your turn. Add 7 to whatever number she says. She's a slut. She's a whore. She's a freak. Got a different man every day of the week.
She's not yours, it's just your turn is not a silly mindset whatsoever, especially in 2025 and being in your 20s and 30s. It's logical, fair, and not vulnerable. Okay, you're a pretty smart guy. You made some good points. Now here is my counter. The first reason why this is a silly mindset is because beliefs tend to affect your reality. Beliefs often become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Let's play this out. Let's take a man and give him the belief that you can never get commitment and devotion from a woman. What is that man going to do? He's probably not going to vet the women he deals with, right? He's probably not going to look for quality because why would you do that if the outcome is going to remain the same? And when that
No, I disagree with that. It's not that men are going to vet the women. They are going to vet the women. They don't, and men don't vet women anyway, for the most part. That's not what it is. What they're going to do is no matter what, they're going to justify and rationalize how they treat that woman based on the fact that she was never theirs. That's all they're going to do. She's a slut. She's a slut because she was never mine. After she leaves me, after she dumps me for treating her like a piece of meat, she's going to go to another man, and therefore she's a whore.
outcome is going to remain the same. And when that man avoids the vetting process, he avoids looking for women with quality and instead just goes for any woman who makes his little head hard, he's going to end up with low quality women. And when he entertains these low quality women, women who will leave him, he will get left, which then reinforces that belief to begin with. Do you understand?
Why would, I'm sorry. I know you're trying to appeal to the men to I won't say he's pandering to the men. It feels a little bit like pandering, but it's acting as if men are out here actually vetting women is hilarious. Like, let's be for most men aren't vetting women. They don't even know how to you know what I mean? Like that's not what it is. And in reality, you don't really, as a man, I'm saying you don't really have to vet the woman. Like it's not like when you talk about low quality women, what does that look like? That the men are low quality, sir. The fact that the woman will leave him doesn't make her low quality. I disagree with that. I disagree with that take on his face. But yeah, continue because this is a weird take.
What's happening? Now, you may make the point that most relationships fail, most marriages end in divorce, and all of those are true. But my response to that is, so what? Is it logical? Sure. Is it the reality that most men live in? Absolutely. But here's the thing. Beliefs are powerful. I used to be like that. I used to believe things that were true, try to find truth. But as I got a bit older, I started to change my frame from what's true to what's useful. Believe that which is useful. Believe that which maps to the outcome you're looking for. When you do that, you come from a more powerful place and you likely will get what you want. Consider this. Most businesses fail. 65% of businesses fail within the 10-year mark. Now, does that mean you shouldn't start a business? No. You embrace the reality. You view yourself as the exception. You do the things you need to do in order to avoid that outcome. When people throw out stats and stuff like that, I tend to ignore it because it doesn't mean anything to me, right? I know how undeveloped and how uncalibrated the average person is. I am not average. So therefore, I do not see myself going down the path of the average man. Your frame should always be that you are the exception to the rule. So the experiences of average men have nothing to do with you because they're not you. Now, for this belief to actually have impact, that needs to be true, right? You actually do need to be the exception to the rule. So you have to do what most men are unwilling to do. In short, this is a silly mindset because it is a weak frame. It is spiritually vapid. You are accepting defeat before you've even gotten in the game. Winners find a way to win and losers make excuses. But the beautiful thing is you get to decide which one you are.
That's the part that I wanted to. I agree with that. I agree with the men need to be the best versions of themselves and that, you have to be the thing. You can't just be like, I'm the exception or it worked out for most men. I mean, it worked out for some other man and I could be that other man. It should be like, no, you have to do the work to be that other man and it should work out for you. right? No doubt about it. I agree with that. But just the notion, again, going back to the beginning, how so many men are addicted to this idea that she's not yours, it's just your turn, is leaving men. It is a hindrance to men. It harms both men and women. It harms women more considerably, but it definitely harms men as well. And that was the point that I wanted to bring up here with this gentleman, is that the way that it harms men is you never do what it takes to develop into a viable partner for a woman, and you never actually do the work to maintain a healthy relationship with her, because you're always, like he said, you've already accepted defeat. That's why when you talk to men about marriage, they talk about divorce. And you're like, why are we talking about divorce? I'm like so not afraid of divorce, one way or the other. Even if I were to get it, I'm not afraid of divorce. And I'm not afraid of marriage, right? Because I have a shit ton of control. I have a shit ton of power and influence in my marriage. It's my marriage. You know what I mean? like I can make my marriage work, or my marriage can fail based on my character and based on my habits. I know that. Why am I worried about that then? So now it just comes down to, it's a matter of if I'm going to do the work or not. And if I'm going to do the work, then what am I worried about? You know what I mean? It becomes circular now. It's like, what am I worried about? I could be, to his point, I'm not the average man. Let me make sure I'm not the average man. The average couple ends up, in a relationship that doesn't work out long term, or whatever, long term is relative, but forever, in perpetuity, right? Okay, cool. Why is that the case? The vast majority of the time, it is because of the behaviors of the man. I'm the man. I can control that. I can stop that. If I don't want this to turn into she wasn't mine, it was just my turn situation, I can do that. I have pretty much all the power over that to make that happen. And it doesn't take manipulation or coercion or anything like that. It literally just takes me developing into the best version of myself. And boom, I don't have to worry about shit, because women ain't leaving good men. But I love having this discussion, because you see how the red pill ideology is formulated, and how it all comes from the same place. It's all rooted in the same idea, and that is the manipulation and control of women, and never about the growth of men and men being healthy.